Hi, first of all, have a beautiful Shabbos. Okay, I guess where there's no smoke, there's no fire. And so what you're looking at was a shrapnel that fell down. Fortunately, there's a lot of missiles that came. Looks like the enemy doesn't like it when we shoot missiles at them. There's a sick, psychotic idea in the world that anti-Semites think that they have a right to be bullies on Jewish people. And of course, that's not the case. You know, if we were as evil as they said, they would all be gone in a minute. We have the capacity. They don't have the capacity, and therefore they shoot bombs. But we should never forget that if, God forbid, Iran does get nuclear weapons, they will use it. And this is what a lot of people in the West have forgotten. They say bad times make strong people make good times make weak people. Or not really weak people, but people that are just not understanding of the reality. You know, this very smart woman, actually, she was telling me about all these intellectuals that could be president. I said, yeah, that's all very good and true if we weren't facing a nuclear Iran. If, you know, you don't look for an intellectual to be the general of the army. You look for the person that can get the job done. So it looks like Kamala Harris will be voted in, just like Obama. He looks so good. And meanwhile, because of him, hundreds of thousands of people were murdered in Syria, 50 million refugees. We're not talking about civil war. And I mean, it's just amazing. We're naming this, but there's disasters in Libya, in Yemen, Muslim Brotherhood, prime terrorist organization taking over Egypt, allowing Iran to get nuclear weapons, allowing the creation of ISIS, women getting raped, gang raped nonstop. Psychologists never saw people that had such trauma, just encouraging, just empowering evil. I just heard that Hezbollah actually has Obama's image on their uniform. So we're dealing with a reality in which, on the positive side, we've reached the time we say, it says that before Mashiach will come, we'll say there's no one to rely on but God. And that's the truth, because all the leaders in the world, and to be fair, even Trump, he didn't take out the nuclear program. All the leaders of the world are timid. They don't have the courage to say, okay, well, God is with me. Judah the Maccabee, before he went to war, he says, listen, whether we win or lose, it's up to God. But we're going to do our part. And that's the kind of leadership that we need and that is lacking. There's no reason why this war should have continued for more than a day. If I was the prime minister, I would say you have 1 day to give back the hostages. Lebanon has 1 day to stop bombing. And if not, the whole thing is over. And the whole thing, they probably would have given back the hostages. Nobody wants complete destruction unless they can completely destroy us. And so they could have easily stopped this. But nobody has the guts, and everybody's worried what somebody else will say. And this leads us to this Shabbos. This Shabbos is Chai Elul. And Chai Elul is the birthday of the two gutsiest people, the Alter Rebbe and the Baal Shem. And they paved a new path. And their new path was one in which we have absolute confidence in God, in ourselves, and the Jewish people. That's not good. I see there's a fire there starting again. I'll have to reach out to the fire department. I'm just going to send you soon a video. Darn it. Oh, man. Darn. I'm going to send you soon a video that I did in real time. Thank God the fire department came and they got this fire out. I also want to encourage you, the Rebbe says, to give charity at this moment. We need to give charity. There are many Jews in Sfat. You can imagine how many people have been suffering since the war with the lack of income. And so, I do see a truck. I hope that's a fire truck. So therefore, we should be very, very generous, please. You can't imagine, if you're a person that has a little bit of peace, a little bit of money. People here have been really suffering terribly with lack of income since the war started. So much of this environment is based on tourism. And so there's a very strong need for financial support. We're coming into Rosh Hashanah. Every Jew should have everything they need. L'chaim v'levracha.